It feels like it's just a team. What the?
So I just got done watching Digital Circus episode 5. It came out like, half an hour ago. And, wow. I don't know if there's many words to really describe it, but like, that was a lot. So I am kind of debating if this is gonna be like my favorite episode or not, which, can't say the same about episode 5 of another one of Glitch's shows, so, you know, it's already doing something right, I guess. Obviously, I've only seen it once, like, just now, so I'm gonna need to I need, like, a couple more days before I have, like, a locked-in opinion of it. So first of all, the thing with the suggestion box made a lot more sense. I thought at first it was gonna be Kane just kind of having a crash out, and they just kind of randomly get assigned to all these adventures, but it ended up making a lot more sense that it was just a voting system, and I liked that quite a lot more anyway, so I'm glad they went with that. The adventures themselves were also good, like they were all funny and unique. My only issue with them really is some of the pacing kind of fell off on them, like some of them would be really like fast-paced, a bunch of things happening during this specific adventure, and then the other ones would be like really slow-paced and the characters are just having conversations and stuff, and I felt like there wasn't that much of a balance. But there's gonna be a lot of lore to unpack there. The hell? As you saw from the intro, the anime scene,
No.
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 Yes! Yes! No.
and then also the reference to the jar again. They're just making sure that we can never forget, I guess. So that's lovely. I like the chaos that just happened in the episode, like the intermission part was really fun. It reminded me a lot of like the intro of The Amazing World of Gumball. It feels like it's a mix of going through some fucking drug trip to it being very calm, and the ones like watching the night stars. Kinda what I mean, in that there didn't feel like much of a balance in the adventures, and some of them were really fast and some of them took their time more, and I wasn't really a huge fan of that because I felt like some of the adventures didn't really get the proper time that they could have gotten, and they could have been more interesting. Learning more about Ragatha's story was pretty sad overall. Like, it kind of, you know, gives you a bit more of a perspective on her character. I definitely felt like this was more of a Ragatha than a Jax episode, even though I think it was technically supposed to be targeted as both a Ragatha and Jax episode. And while we got a little bit of Jax, I think more of the Ragatha scenes were interesting, but episode 6, I have faith, is going to be a bit more Jax focused. And then we have the evil versions of the characters who are just called like Evil Pomni and Evil Ragatha, very creative names. And then fucking Buzzooble. I have a theory now that Ragatha was probably playing softball before she got teleported into the Digital Circus. Honestly, that was a theory that I had after watching the trailer, but I think that theory is becoming more likely after watching the episode. As far as Jax with the maid outfit,
I think fanfic writers are getting ideas.
Oh my fucking.
Seems fitting for you.
Oh yes.
I figured you'd be in.
Smash.
What does that mean?
Smash.
let's just say there's gonna be a lot of ideas that people get. I am very scared, I'm gonna be honest. And with the cliffhanger that leaves us off, apparently we have an NPC in the circus now. I don't know how long it's been there, but I'm curious to see what Kane is gonna do when he figures that out. I think this episode was great, and right now I think I would put it just below episode 3, because I still really liked episode 3. Not really for the same reasons. I think that episode was kind of more calm than this one, but just had better development overall and made me really like Kinger. I'm definitely starting to bond more with Ragatha in this episode. I feel like she might be my second favorite character now. I think that's most of the things that I wanted to say. I honestly didn't think that I'd be doing a Digital Circus review like now. I expected to make one day, but I didn't expect it to be this soon. But I think this episode was enough to sort of convince me to do one now. I think comedy was great in this episode. The lore that it's kind of building and the character development we're seeing is starting to get really good, and I'm definitely getting more excited for this series as each episode goes on. So thank you everyone for watching, like and subscribe, and have a good day.
Mr. Pomni, get down!